left will be the 2.0 Active. So how you want to notice the difference is very quick. You can see the rim design and also the light. Okay, and for this time around, we are giving up these features for the car, right?
Right now we are previewing basically the facelift of the 2021 Hyundai Kona. It has a different front bumper, it has a different rear bumper. The front end has a bit more rounded. I like the chunky older one, but this is also a good thing. It has that sportier looks to it, and it's a refresh. This first batch of refresh, we only get the two models, the 2.0 and the 2.0 Active. Both are normally aspirated, non-turbo variants. The 1.6 turbo will come in at a later date most likely, but this is what we have. So outer differences, the basic 2-liter standard will come with 17-inch wheels, whereas the full spec Active version will come with the 18-inch wheels, sportier looking. Everything looks a bit better, you know, more LEDs in front, but we've got a lot of stuff inside. Interior wise, the Active also has the LED instrument cluster, full digital, that still has the normal analog based digital analog based cluster. So you're getting quite a lot of car for this. This is a preview, it's a pre-launch. This will happen this is happening a few days before the actual launch, and we're getting a happy look at it. I like how it looks. What I don't like in terms of drivability is that it has lost its mechanical park brake. It has a full electronic parking brake, which makes it look nicer inside. The engine is now on slightly newer, slightly modified Atkinson 2-liter engine compared to the previous one. 149 PS, 180 Nm of torque from a 2.0-liter engine, front-wheel drive. It's got a lot more modes from the standard driver modes, Eco, Comfort, Sports, but there's also snow, sand, and also mud. So a lot more improvements, a lot more equipment inside. Even the active safety has been upgraded and all. I will show bits of the actual presentation to make sure it's easy. The information is given out properly to you guys. And there are some changes to the suspension geometry according to the guys from Hyundai. So it's a slightly better car overall. The old one was has a chunkier front end. This has a more rounded front end, somehow more sportier. Okay, watch the presentation in full. Everything should be there, and do subscribe to Motoring Malaysia for more updates like this. Not as many right now because of this pandemic and all, as I chill.
So at this moment, as I mentioned to you, we're going to introduce two variants first. That will be the 2.0 and also the 2.0 Active. So 2.0 will be the base spec model for this Kona, and then the 2.0 Active will be the highest spec for the 2.0 version. So this is the two models that I'm going to introduce to you guys. Okay, so guys, this is the pre-facelift Kona. So the first generation of Kona. I believe most of you already looked at the car, seen the car, touched, feel and driven the car before. Alright. So however, for this one, the product enhancement or facelift we call it, there are only a few things that being changed. So basically on the front part of the vehicle, the side, the rims, and then the rear tail end, and also a different design on the tail light itself. So whatever being highlighted in red, meaning that is the parts that we changed, okay, in terms of aesthetic of the design itself. So this is the front design of the new Kona. So it's a different sculpture of grille design, okay, the grille design, and then the headlamp design also is a bit different, and also the cladding of the plastic effect. Okay, the molding effect is a bit more wide area coverage to improve the sportiness and also active lifestyle look like. So this is the basic entry level, the 2.0, and then this is the 2.0 Active. So basically, for the 2.0, the top portion is more or less more towards the DRL and also what we call the positioning light. And then we have the low beam, high beam, turn signal, and so on. So this is the 2.0 configuration. However, for the 2.0 Active, The turn signal is a bit different. It will be on the same location as the DRL. And then we have the low beam in the form of LEDs. And then high beam is also LED. We have the front parking sensor for the 2.0 active, and also we have a fog light which is using the halogen. It's not LED, so still a yellow part of the below part of this car. Alright, on the side profile, okay, basically on the side, if you look at the design, more or less you still have the Kona look as the previous. Okay, however, the one that has been changed will be the rim design. Okay, we have two types of rim right now because we have the 2.0 standard is using a 215/55 R17 with Nexa and Ferra SU1, and also for the 2.0 active is the same size as the current ongoing Kona, will be the 235/55 RT. However, the tire will change a little bit because the current ongoing is using the Ventures Prime 3. Okay, from Aku, this one is using Continental Premium Contact 6. Okay, for your information, this Kona is full CDU. It's not a CKD. Okay, it's fully imported from Korea. And by looking at this footnote, you can see that even though from the side you see a little bit almost the same, but the length is increased about 40 mm. It's very marginal, it's about 4 cm increase. It's just because of the add-on of the front bumper and the rear bumper. Okay, interior wise is still the same. Okay. Alright, so this is from the rear. Okay, from the rear, the look of Kona is still there, but however, the design for the rear tail lamp is a bit different if compared to the pre-facelift. Okay, it's more towards like a nature concept. I believe Hyundai is going back to their, even though the design language they call it as sexual sportiness. Okay, but however, the fluid sculpture effect is still there. Okay, with the character of nature. Okay, so this is the rear car. Okay, tail light, brake light, and then the turn signal light, this LED, reversing light will be above, fog lamp will be on the right side. Okay. And then for the 2.0, basically most of the rear combination lamp will be in bulb configuration. So LED for the high spec, bulb is for the low specs. For the interior, yes, a little bit changes on the center console, the cluster meter as well, and also the aircon vents. Here it's a bit different. If you look from here, the aircon vent is more towards like European styling, and then the AVN is also being changed from the normal short type to the taller type for better view. And we introduced the full LCD display as well for this Kona. Alright. However, the full LCD display will be for the 2.0 active. However, the basic standard spec is still using analog meters. Alright. And guys, we have the EPB now for the Kona. Okay, even though the low base model also having the EPB. So 2.0 standard, 2.0 active is still the same. Okay, maknanya ada electronic parking brake.
So cannot do handbrake turn anymore lah?
No, I'm sorry. Okay, the last Kona, yes, we did the handbrake turn, but this Kona we cannot do handbrake turn.
Kona.
Cannot Kona. Yes, anything sir?
He said very fast.
Okay, and then now we talk about the convenience. Okay, so for the 2.0 active, yeah, like I mentioned just now, we are using the full LCD display. If you have seen the CN7 cluster meter, more or less it will be the same. Okay, same format, same design. And then, okay, we still having the single zone full auto aircon. This for the 2.0 is using manual aircon. Okay, cluster, this is the 2.0. And then each touchscreen with the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Okay, the first Hyundai car in Malaysia that using this wireless will be our Elantra, and then this is the second model in Malaysia that using the wireless. So meaning that for iPhone users, immediately you can use it, but for Android users, you need to upgrade your phone to Android 11. Only then you can use these wireless features. Alright. Okay, head-up display as a standard for the 2.0 active. We have the rear USB port with tray right now. If compared to the old one is just a totally blank armrest at the back. There's nothing. But this one we have the USB port with the tray, and yeah, driver electric seat for the 2.0 Active. So this is just a key highlights what we have for the Kona. So later when we do a demo on the real car, so you can explore more what we have. Okay. Alright, so this is the powertrain that I mentioned to you just now. We are using a new powertrain system. So we call it the Smartstream G2.0 Atkinson, which is the old, not to say the old, the previously we call it the new 2.0 Atkinson. But this one is Smartstream G2.0 Atkinson, yeah. Okay, so this is the power of the guy, 149, 180, 0 to 100 will take you about 9%. What's the difference? Okay, the difference between this Smartstream and the normal new is more towards the fine tuning of the Smart and Stream. Okay, what does it represent, Smart and Stream? Smart is the new technology that we have to, we have to reduce the emissions, okay, the power delivery, okay, the balance of engine, everything. That's what we call the Smart. The Stream meaning the airflow, the fuel injection, everything. So that's what we call the Stream. So mixed together, we call it as a Smart Stream. So basically, if you look at the engine design itself, there is a totally different between the new turbo and also the Smart Stream. So it's a bit different. So if you want to know more, you can just enter the okay, never mind. Later we can discuss further on the vehicle. Yeah. Alright, so for the transmission, if you experience on our Electron, the IVT transmission, the 8-speed virtual, so basically this Kona also using the same one, but however, might be there will be a different on the ratio, virtual ratio itself, because the setup for Electron and Kona for sure will be different. But however, in terms of speed, this one is also having 8 virtual speed. Okay, for the IVT. Okay, a new thing for this Kona, we introduced the drive mode and also the traction control mode as well. Yeah, if you're very familiar with Hyundai, so these 4 is a common to us. Basically, the Eco, Comfort, Normal, and Sport is common for Hyundai cars. But right now, we introduced the traction control as well. Snow, mud, and sand, guys. Even though this car is not a 4-wheel drive, it's a 2-wheel drive, but yet we still have this. Because this is a new car, so once we ordered from HMC, because this is a CDU, right? So once we ordered, the car has been packaged together, so we cannot uncheck the snow. Okay, for example, okay, sand ada lah kat Malaysia, we have mud, so we just need to accept whatever that we have. So this is the thing. Okay, and then for the Hyundai Smart Sense. Okay guys, can you still remember the pre-facelift version? The Smart Sense, we only introduce it on the 1.6 turbo, which is the 2.0 standard and 2.0 active. The 2.0 active only have the blind spot, if I'm not mistaken. But now for the active, we have the forward collision avoidance assist, vehicle and pedestrian detection. We have the driver attention warning with LVDA, leading vehicle departure alert, similar to the one that we have on the Electron. High beam assist, lane keeping assist, lane following assist, blind spot collision avoidance assist, safe exit alert, rear occupant alert, and much more. So this is what we're going to give for a 2.0 active variants. So it's almost similar to the 1.6 plus. Yeah.
The BCA,
Yeah.
does it mean that it will steer itself away?
Okay. Depend on condition. Not only steer, it will also apply brake just to pull you off from the oncoming cars. No, either or. So if let's say he want to pull you to the right, so he will brake more to the right of the tire, so that there will be a pulling effect. So you are not going to crash with the oncoming cars on the left. Actually, this BCA is we introduce it on our inland truck, the CN7. CN7 also having these features. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so like the one that we have for pre-facelift. Okay, give you an example. Yeah, the pre-facelift, yes, they have this what we call sebagai rear cross traffic collision warning. Warning meaning is just a to warn you if there is any vehicle cross. But once you see assist, meaning that it will give you a warning and also automatically brake so that you won't crash on the coming vehicle left or right. Yeah. So whatever that you see here, assist meaning that there will be a brake assist function. For example, lane keeping assist, this is not brake, this is basically the steering function. And then PCA, like the one that you asked me just now, there will be a brake function. Okay, and then assist automatically, the orientation warning, and also the front collision avoidance assist. Alright, now we are looking at the colors that we're going to introduce for Malaysian market. So for the 2.0 standard, basically we're going to introduce 4 colors at this moment. There will be the chalk white, powertrain, surfy blue, and also galactic grey. The surfy blue will be the new colors from HMCs. Okay, and then matched with the black interior. Black interior. Okay, so this is what we have for the 2.0 standard. Okay, however, for the 2.0 active, we have blue, surfy blue, misty jungle, ignite flame with a black leather inside. Okay. And if let's say there is a customer looking for the beige interior, so the exterior color will be dark night and drive in G2. Okay, we have a remote engine start, even though for the low specs. Yeah, it's not new. Remote start has been a while in Malaysia, but this time around we are giving up this. So now how to off the engine? Okay.
Wait until petrol runs out.
No, you can just press over here. Okay, so this is how you switch on and switch off the engine. Okay, so one thing good about this auto start, right? So yeah, a lot of people talking about the aircon system can get cool, or early in the morning you need to warm up your car, correct? So you don't need to go and sit inside the car. You just can press a button and then you can just do the brake. Okay, however, just now during my presentation, you noticed that the low spec is using manual aircon, right? Okay, so for the manual aircon, meaning that if you want to have the pre-cooling to the aircon before you jump in, because now Malaysia is during hot weather, so you just leave at what position that you like. For example, it's second blower, third blower, or fourth blower. So once you leave it there, so every time you make it an auto start function, so the aircon will just go to the set, whatever being set previously before you off the engine. However, for this one, because it's using this full digital aircon system, so every time you off or on, by using this one, so the temperature will preset at 22 degrees. Even though you, for example, once you stop the engine and then you off the system, right? So every time you use these features, it will go to 22 degrees. So this is how the system works. So you don't need to crack your head. Either on aircon ke tidak, or I'm just wasting my petrol. So no. For the full digital aircon, it will automatically preset at 22 degrees, and then the aircon will start. Okay? Alright. So guys, this is something features that I hidden from my presentation just now because I want to create a very small effect. But how to start the vehicle? Very simple. You press lock button once and then you immediately press the and pull the start.
So, there you go, the presentation of the new 2021 Hyundai Kona. So basically front and back rear bumper change, slightly different engine change. We don't have the turbo variant, the 1.6 turbo variant for the time being, just a 2.0 and 2.0 active mod variants. One has 18-inch wheels, one has 17-inch wheels. There is a USB charger at the rear nowadays, which is a very good thing. Rear passengers will definitely thank Hyundai-Sime Darby Motors for providing it now. Slight geometry changes in terms of suspension and handling, most likely to make it better, more stable at higher speeds. But again, to test that, the old one was good. In terms of styling, it has a more rounded, more feminine looking front end, not as chunky and not a chunky monkey like the previous one, which was nice. I like chunky looking cars, maybe because I'm a chunky boy. Anyway, so this is what you get. The pricing is the issue right now because it will be fully imported from South Korea. So that is the thing. Now, other than that, the previous one drove very well. It looks very good. It still does look very good. So, better equipment inside, and there you go. That's about it. This is the new Hyundai Kona. Alright.